Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess, and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today, I'm going to talk about Pocahontas, and today is another day where we are attempting a virtual guest, and today's guest is Joanna!
Hi everyone, my name is Joanna, and I am on Jess's Pocahontas edition of Every Disney Movie Ever.
Joanna has never been in a Disney video before. She's been in my vlogs. Her dog has most certainly been in my vlogs, especially Vlogmas. But she has never been in a Disney video, and this is still our first attempt at virtual guests because I'm filming this the same day I filmed a Goofy movie on Monday. So be patient with us. We're working out the kinks, especially because this is Joanna's first time being a guest on EDME. Everybody, welcome Joanna! Pocahontas is a 1995 animated theatrical release. It's directed by Mike Gabriel and Eric Goldberg, both of whom I've covered in previous videos. They will be listed and linked in the description. Chris Buck is the supervising animator for Percy, Grandmother Willow, and Wiggins, and he is best known for Frozen, Frozen 2, Surf's Up, and Tarzan.
Michael Cedeno is the supervising animator of Cocoa and is best known for Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Hercules, and Aladdin.
Anthony DeRosa is the supervising animator for Nakoma, and I covered him in the video about The Rescuers Down Under. The link will be in the description.
Ken Duncan is the supervising animator of Thomas and is best known for Nine, Hercules, Tarzan, and Shark Tale.
T. Daniel Hofstadt is the supervising animator for Ben and Lon, and he's best known for Speed Racer, The Princess and the Frog, Hercules, and this.
Glenn Keane is the supervising animator of Pocahontas and just covered him in the video about the Black Cauldron. The link is in the description.
Duncan Marjorie Banks is the supervising animator for Governor Ratcliffe, and I covered him in the video about The Little Mermaid. The link will be in the description.
John Pomeroy is the supervising animator of John Smith and is best known for The Secret Life of Nim, All Dogs Go to Heaven, An American Tail, and Atlantis, The Lost Empire. David
Pruiksma is the supervising animator of Flit and other forest animals in general, and I covered him in the video about Beauty and the Beast. The link will be in the description.
Nick Raniere is the supervising animator of Miko and just covered him in the video about The Rescuers Down Under. The link is in the description.
The film is edited by H. Lee Peterson, who I covered in the video about Aladdin. The link will be in the description.
The music is by Alan Menken, who just covered in the video about The Little Mermaid. The link is in the description.
The lyrics were by Stephen Schwartz, who is best known for The Prince of Egypt, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Enchanted, and this.
The film is written by Carl Binder, who is best known for the Stargate franchise and Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Susannah Grant is best known for Aaron Brockovich, The Fifth Wave, Unbelievable, and this.
Philip LaZebnik is best known for Mulan, Prince of Egypt, Star Trek Next Generation, and this.
The film stars Irene Bedard, Mel Gibson, David Ogden Stiers, Russell Means, Michelle St. John, Christian Bale, James Apalmut, John Cassier, Linda Hunt, Frank Welker, and Judy Kuhn. Irene Bedard plays Pocahontas and is best known for Into the West, Lakota Woman, Siege at Wounded Knee, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and this.
Mel Gibson plays John Smith, and he is best known for Braveheart, Lethal Weapon 3, Ransom, and Payback.
David Ogden Stiers plays Governor Ratcliffe, and I covered him in the video about Beauty and the Beast. The link will be in the description.
Russell Means plays Powhatan, and he is best known for The Last of the Mohicans, Natural Born Killers, Pathfinder, and this.
Michelle St. John plays Nakoma, and she's best known for Every Emotion Costs, Where the Spirit Lives, The Business of Fancy Dancing, and this.
Christian Bale plays Thomas, and just covered him in the video about Newsies. The link is in the description.
James Apalmut Fall. I don't know why I never see the second last name. It's written down. I just skip it. Plays Kocoum, and he is best known for Crazy for Love, The West, Lewis and Clark, The Journey of the Court of Discovery, and this.
John Cassier plays Miko, and he is best known for Tales of the Crypt, Pete's Dragon, The Three Stooges, and Reefer Madness, the movie musical.
Linda Hunt plays Grandmother Willow, and is best known for The Year of Living Dangerously, Kindergarten Cop, Silverado, and this.
Frank Welker plays Flit, and just covered him in the video about DuckTales, Time is Money. The link is in the description.
Judy Kuhn is Pocahontas' singing voice, and she's best known for Enchanted, Day on Fire, Law and Order, and this.
Mike Gabriel pitched Pocahontas at the famous Gong Show meeting. He wrote Pocahontas on the back of an image of a tiger lily from Peter Pan. He pitched an Indian princess is torn between her father's wishes to destroy the English settlers and her wishes to help them. A girl caught between her father and her people and her love for the enemy.
At the same time that Mike Gabriel was doing his pitch, Peter Schneider wanted to do a Romeo and Juliet type story with the, if we don't learn to live with each other, we will destroy ourselves message.
Jeffrey Katzenberg was eager to do another love story, but Aladdin and Lion King were too far into production. So after Beauty and the Beast finished, he decided to age Pocahontas up and make a mature love story.
The filmmakers were actually very concerned with political correctness. They brought in a lot of different Native American consultants, and they didn't want the film to be cuckoo wacky because they were trying to be respectful.
Eric Goldberg expected the film to be more like Aladdin, but Peter Schneider assured him it was going to be more like Beauty and the Beast.
Goldberg felt so much pressure and interference from the executives during this film that he started working for Chuck Jones Productions under a pseudonym.
Joe Grant drew Miko and Percy with an Indian feather and a Spanish ruff to add to the cartoon of the film.
Producer James Pentecost took animators to reservations and settlements and met with people who associated with or were members of the Powhatan tribe.
Shirley Costello McGowan was consulted as a Native American history expert, and later she learned that historical accuracy wasn't being pursued to the degree that she had hoped for, so she actually wished that her name was never on it.
Other than Shirley and Debbie and some others, there were quite a few more Native American consultants who were there to authenticate the clothing and the dances, and just to make sure there wasn't anything hinky going on.
Katzenberg claimed that Pocahontas would be a bigger success than The Lion King, so many animators chose Pocahontas instead.
Susannah Grant was actually chosen as a screenwriter because she won a fellowship, and she was a perfectionist about the story. She worked very closely with other writers and the consultants to ensure that it was appropriate and accurate.
Tom Cito became the history expert on set and learned that Pocahontas was very young and actually married John Rolfe. He also realized that John Smith wasn't very nice and Pocahontas' life in general was violent and complicated. That's showbiz for you!
James Pentecost said some liberties had to be taken, especially when it came to Pocahontas and John Smith.
Michael Eisner wanted Pocahontas to have a mother. He said, quote, "We're always getting fried for having no mothers."
Grandmother Willow was originally Old Man River, but they decided it should be a maternal figure, so they changed it to Grandmother Willow. And at first, Katzenberg hated her. He said she wasn't interesting, there was no point to her, whatever. So then Joe Grant enlisted the help of Bernie Mattinson, who's a longtime Disney writer and guy of all sorts, and Joe Grant asked him to help him make a bunch of tree puns, like, my bark's worse than my bite, and like all that kind of stuff. And at the next meeting, Joe said all those tree puns and just like brought her in, and everybody loved her. Katzenberg was like, we need more of her, put her in, let's go.
Before they found their true script, they dabbled with many different ideas. One major idea that got cut was a turkey sidekick that spoke. Once they decided to make the animals mute, they changed the animals altogether. Which I just think, a turkey sidekick? It feels offensive to me. Although it's a turkey, it's an animal. But it just, Thanksgiving, not great.
Mel Gibson took the role, quote unquote, for his kids, and he did his own singing.
Judy Kuhn was cast first for her singing, but they truly wanted Native American actors to play the Native American characters. And they were! Woohoo!
John Pomeroy had actually left the studio with Don Bluth back in the 70s, but he returned. And he loved working on John Smith. He loved the simplicity of John Smith. He went for the Errol Flynn, Mel Gibson look.
Glenn Keane was immediately chosen to animate Pocahontas. Katzenberg wanted her to be the most beautiful woman they'd ever animated. So Glenn based Pocahontas off of Shirley and Debbie, the Native American consultants. Aquataco, because wasn't Shirley the one who didn't want her name to be on this movie? A little awkward there.
Tim Rice, who did the lyrics for Aladdin, was so busy and it was so hard to get him to sit down with Alan that they decided to work with Stephen Schwartz. And at first, it was a difficult relationship because Alan had experience writing lyrics and Stephen had experience writing music, so sometimes they clashed. But then, obviously, they worked it out because they go on to work on many Disney films together that have amazing soundtracks.
Computer animation was being used more and more in line with traditional animation.
If I Never Knew You was a song that was originally in the film but was taken out because it didn't test well, but the underscore of If I Never Knew You is alive and well. It is basically John and Pocahontas' theme, and it's If I never knew you, If I never felt this way. It's the credit song as well. I'm pretty sure it's the first credit song there is. And a lot of people have sung it since.
Colors of the Wind was the first song written by Stephen and Alan. Stephen worked closely with writers and took inspiration from POC writers and Native American advocates.
It premiered in June of 1995. It had a $55 million budget and made $346.1 million. That's very good. And it has a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Before the release of the film, it was heavily marketed. They had tours in their stores, toys, posters, and even a documentary on TV about making it. A documentary about a movie that is incredibly inaccurate historically. It was just funny. How is that a documentary? Oh, about making it. I could see that. I mean, just not the best inception, you know what I mean?
Many people considered that it recycled ideas from Snow White or Lion King, and a lot of people said they wished it had more of a magical element like the animals talking.
It received mixed reviews. The consensus was that it was stunning, but it was pretty bland and it had a lack of fun. Powhatan Renape, Nation Chief, Roy Crazy Horse, said, quote, "The film distorts history beyond recognition."
The film won 2 Academy Awards, one for Best Original Score, music, whatever, soundtrack, and the second for Best Original Song for Colors of the Wind.
Pocahontas has a direct-to-video sequel. As most of you know, Pocahontas is based on a real person. Her name was Matuaka, and she was only 10 or 11 when most of these things happened to her.
John Smith was 28 and was described as harsh and authoritarian.
There is absolutely no evidence John Smith and Pocahontas were romantically involved, and it is unclear if she ever saved his life.
Pocahontas was captured 3 years after her encounter with John Smith. She was converted to Christianity and married John Rolfe.
Governor Radcliffe died when the Native Americans ambushed them. They skinned him and had him watch when they put his skin in a fire.
Pocahontas takes the name Rebecca when she converts to Christianity. She marries John Rolfe, like I said, has a son with him, and dies at the age of 21.
Although the history is a little botched, Pocahontas is the first POC lead in a Disney animated feature, and she really paved the way for the rest.
Just like Monday's video with Carol Ann, we aren't having a conversation, so I'm very curious to see how this is gonna play. At this time, I don't have Joanna's notes for the film, so I have no idea. I know she's probably going to go in depth. She loves Pocahontas, and we're probably going to have very differing opinions. I'm kind of excited. She does have access to my notes, so she may be able to bounce off of some of my ideas, but she hasn't watched the film yet, as when I'm filming this, and I needed to film this and get it done because I'm very busy this week. So I'm just going to say my notes, and then I'm going to let Joanna take it away. Hi everybody, it's Editing Jess, tuning in to let you know that Joanna has significantly less notes than I anticipated, so you're going to see a lot of me in a row in the same spot, because I thought Joanna was going to have a lot to say. She actually summarized herself really succinctly, and was elegant and wonderful and eloquent as well. So you're just going to see a lot of me in a row on the same side. So I just wanted to quick say, hey, sorry for that. But first virtual guest moment, what you gonna do?
I think the reason I really like this movie is it was one of the first kind of Disney movies where a princess didn't need a prince, and that was okay. You know, Pocahontas had a lot of, love for her people, and that's kind of what, her love and what was, was important to her, and not necessarily going back with John Smith, which I really appreciate them kind of using that. I feel like it's a little, not necessarily more realistic, but I think it kind of gives a very differing opinion of, kind of what a happy ending has to be, because she, made herself happy and, did stay.
I've only seen this movie once before, and I don't really have a memory of how I felt afterwards. I do, have fond memories of Pocahontas with Pocahontas. I've never been a fan of Mel Gibson, so I think that might play into my opinion of this film, along with other things. I'm so sorry. Don't come for me, everyone who loves Pocahontas. I like Pocahontas. It's just not my favorite, so everybody take a relax, okay? This film has pieces of it that I think feel very old school Disney. Like, some of the animation looks like, 70s Disney. There's specific, the relationship between Ratcliffe and his little sidekick reminds me of Captain Hook and Smee, which is Peter Pan, so that is not 70s, that's older. And then Miko's mannerisms kind of remind me of the little mouse in Aristocats who loves to eat the crackers and Edgar's milk. So random, but a lot of it has a very old school Disney feel to me, and then obviously with a bunch of new school Disney feel with Pocahontas being an amazing character and all that kind of stuff. I cannot not mention the line, "These white men are dangerous." This has become a GIF meme that is iconic, and it's so funny. So every time that I hear or see "These white men are dangerous," I laugh because it's really funny. Colors of the Wind is by far the best song in this film. I'm not actually very big on all of the music in this film. Just Around the River Bend is good, but it's not one that I pull to sing, you know what I mean? But Colors of the Wind is not only a good song, the meaning and the lyrics are so powerful, it will never not be important. Colors of the Wind will never not apply to the world. Like, it just won't. And back when I covered Little Mermaid, I talked about this little 25th anniversary thing they did where they went around the table of a bunch of people who were Disney heroine voices and had them sing a piece of their song. And when Judy Kuhn sang the very beginning, when it's, "You think I'm an ignorant savage," like that part, everyone got emotional because of how powerful and how prominent and important that song is still today. And I always get goosebumps when I want to hear Colors of the Wind, especially the very beginning when, like, how can there be so much that you don't know? Gets me every time.
I think it was also one of the first movies that really talked about nature and kind of that aspect, which I just love nature and I love everything, you know, kind of about it. And so I feel like I like the fact that the message that it plays of, you know, not necessarily conquering everything and destroying everything in order to kind of modernize and, you know, add to, you know, civilization. I really like that kind of message that it has as well.
Okay, I briefly said that I'm not a giant fan of the music, and that is true. I know a lot of people are coming for me right now. But Colors of the Wind is the only song that I've ever really thoroughly enjoyed from Pocahontas. And there's a lot more music than I remember every time I watch this because I don't like a lot of it. So Just Around the River Bend is the only other one I can name besides Savages, which is so racist, which is the point, but yikes, Savages is yikes. And that's otherwise I couldn't tell you the names of the other songs and I couldn't sing them for you. I've only heard them twice in my life maybe because they just personally to me are not super catchy. They are important, and they are strong and powerful and very well written. They're just not catchy to me. Sorry.
I think the movie music, the music in this movie, vice versa, is phenomenal. Not all the songs I think are incredible. Savages will just kind of be tuckered off to the side. But I think the intro is really good. Just Around the River Bend is bomb, but Colors of the Wind is really just a phenomenal kind of piece.
There is a parent death. I don't think they ever say that she's dead, but this one is she's dead, you know? It's not one of those, she's not with us anymore, and I'm oh, they didn't say it for real, they didn't say it. They, literally, out of every, innuendo or lead to a parent being dead, this has been the most, she's dead. So I'm counting it. Because I'm sure somewhere they said something about her being dead and I missed it. And if they didn't, I'll retract it and y'all can come for me. But she's dead, okay? She didn't run away. Her mother is passed and the spirit is with her and she's got the necklace and the whole nine. I personally think the love story is so fast. But this whole movie is just kind of just everything happens. Y'all are gonna be mad at me, but I kind of agree about the critics who said the movie was kind of bland. I kind of agree. Because, there's so much important crap in this film. The messages of this film are so important. I get goosebumps when the messages of this film are sent. When she protects John Smith from dying. Colors of the Wind. Just there are so many moments that are so pinnacle to everything. Everyone needs to watch this movie and understand. But the movie's still bland. It's just Pocahontas exists. She meets John Smith. They love each other, so they want to stop the things, and then the thing stops. It's just I don't know. I don't know if like more exciting things have to happen. I don't know if there has to be more magical things happening. I don't know if there has to be more action. I don't know what's missing. All I know is how I feel about the film, and it's fine. It's not up to par with Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid or Lion King. I don't think it's up there with those. I think it's amazing because of the important messages. Colors of the Wind, Goosebumps floors me every time. So like I think it's important, and I think it has all the right things. It just doesn't hit. Does that make sense?
A lot of these movies have sequels to them that are just atrocious, and Jess, you gotta cover all of them, so I'm so sorry for you that you gotta do that.
All of that being said, I do like this movie. I enjoy Pocahontas. I think Pocahontas is not only an amazing woman and character, but she's stunning, and I love her. And I think everyone does a great job in their roles. Very recognizable voices in this film. We're getting to stuff like that. That's everything I have. At this point, if I'm saying that's everything I have, hopefully that's everything Joanna has, otherwise I'm being really mean. My final rating is 7 necklaces out of 10. Our total movie count is... Our parent death toll is... Cry count is still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find out movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join my Patreon. Seriously, do that. Thank you so much to Joanna for being here. Kind of. Hopefully, after all of this, I'll be able to have Joanna come be in it physically in a video, and we'll be able to do the whole shebanger conversation. And Joanna loves to debate, so I'm sure that will happen. And thank you so much to Joanna for attempting to do a virtual situation. It takes a lot of effort to be in a whole video for your first time virtually, because she has to film all of that stuff by herself without me there. So, round of applause for Joanna, my JoJo bee.
I want to thank Allie for helping me make this video, and Bree, who is in the kitchen right now, but she also helped me with giving me the proper equipment, so I really wanted to thank them.
I also wanted to chime in real quick and thank Allie and Bree for helping Joanna. That was so sweet of them, and I am super, super grateful for that.
And thank Jess for, allowing me to, to be on this Wingapo. As hello. What was goodbye? Do you remember what goodbye was?
No.
Until next time, comment, subscribe, and show if you are studio, and don't be Governor Ratcliffe about it.
Few things to point out. This shirt, wanted to put it on because I don't have anything Disney related. This is very much Colors of the Wind, I feel like. Allie did agree. So did Bree. And got the nice Smoky Mountains back in the backdrop. And not only that, but did you know the Cherokee Reservation is a part of it? So, this is all full circle. It is meant to be that this happened and that I was over here. Anyway. It's hard to remember summer or winter.
Jess, please add this.
There, wasn't been there. That's not even probably
Okay, so you got that one. Alright, no.
A friend and companion, I will always depend on my mother. I'll turn this on. That's who I need. Don't put any of that in there.